Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 3 Episode 40 with me, Sid, and we are down here in the south where the oranges are ripe. So I've already had one harvest and I've got some candied oranges that I've made, and I dehydrated some oranges, so it is all good. But a lot of the crops down here tend to fruit and go before anybody gets a chance to harvest them, so I'm going to take advantage of this and grab myself a few more oranges, because needless to say there is no way that we can grow these up in our area. It's just too cold, so having this southern base is quite advantageous in some respects. I don't know whether I'll be able to reach from here. Will I? No, I can reach you from there. And of course I could just do this. I'm just trying to not use my age. Trying to wean myself off of angel belt dependence. The actual reason down here, and I'm just going very quickly, he says, I'm trying to wean myself off of angel belt dependence, and then promptly angel belts around everywhere. There's a sun bear over there. I had to kill it. It attacked me. It was obviously rabid. So they're not usually that aggressive, but yeah, gave me a bit of a surprise. The olive trees are empty. All the kapok is growing. Ebony growing. Yeah, Shino's just got so much stuff growing down here. This is where I got the breadfruit from, and where I built the crane on the previous thing. I do need to actually extend that and do something with that at some point. However, I am going to build a thing down here. This is Shino's warehouse, which is going on. I don't know where I want to build it. I'm kind of wondering whether a kind of on this hill or this hill overlooking the bay might be interesting, but I haven't got a design. I don't know what I want to build, so at this stage I'm not committing to what I'm building, but I have built something down here recently. Punk asked me to do a crane for the mine. There's a cave over there which is it's full of coal, so we decided we're going to have a coal mine, and Punk asked for a crane, and I think he was probably thinking of that kind of style of crane, but I went with something more, because I'm from Yorkshire, and Nottinghamshire. I kind of live on the Yorkshire. I've always lived on the Yorkshire-Nottinghamshire side. We have a lot of pits, and this is a pit head. So the idea is that this is you're getting your thing, and then someone operates the thing. I've used a reservoir there to give a kind of mechanism. I know the rope is off centre, it triggers me, but this, other than redoing that wheel, I'm prepared to do it. And the other thing I am well aware of is that counterweight is entirely in the wrong position. But given that this is not functional in any way, shape or form, I don't care. I've given it some braces, some structural stuff. I started off with a wagon wheel, but it didn't think, and in the end I made my own. And then what we need is, obviously, that will become a shaft that drops down into the working area down here where the coal is, and potentially all the other fun stuff. I think you appear to have blocked that off for some reason. I don't know why, but I know. Oh yeah, we're blocked off on these sides as well for the deeps. So I'm sure Punk's got some plans for down here, and I hope he likes that. It was just something I knocked together off of a whim, and this was interesting. It is kapok. That's walnut, which is the only non-native material around here, and maybe a bit of the basalt sand. But the cane is used for the rope. Yeah, it was things, and I know Candy's working over there, so we'll not show too much of that in case of spoilers. Anyways, we are going to head back to my home, where I've done some more work on the forge, and I don't think there's much to show at the spawn area, so I will see you when we get back. Okay, we are back at the forge. Just one thing, it's getting warm in England. By about an hour definition of warm is anything over like 2 or 3 degrees. Oh, that didn't work very well, did it? So I have got the fan on. I will obviously try and take out any noise post-processing, but I can't promise that I'll be able to get it all. So I have put a couple of benches in. I have moved one of the tables from that end to this end to make that a little bit more things. We've got all of that. Added this, which is the gasifier that I found, so that was in. Not happy about that, but I can't find a piece of pipe junction which is curving upwards. I suppose I could try and chisel one. I mean, that might be the solution. If I were to put that on there, let me just put you away for a second. In fact, let me have that out so we've got a comparison. There we go. Well, no, maybe not that, but okay, let's just that. So then I can. Okay, yeah, this might work. Let's just see if I can address a deficiency with a bit of chisel magic, shall we? Do. That's fine, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, take those out, because then I can put the gasifier back the right way and it can become part and parcel of the same thing, can't it? Right, let's have a look. If I were this, let's change myself into single pixel mode, because you're 2 force. You are there. So we'll do a little bit of removal. I can probably do that faster like this actually. And then I think we're still good at that height. And then let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 2, that's 4, that's 6. And then it would be 1, 2, that there. I think we're going to be able to get away with this, maybe. And then I can use more of these pipes, and where the pipe bits are missing, I can just chisel my own, can't I? So that's going to go, let's have a look. Going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. That's 2, that's 4, that's 6. Then you're going to go like that. So at its most basic level, that's the pipe. And I can't do that little wiggly bit. That's not going to be possible, but I can do that. This is why I want a studio space. And then what we probably want to do is that. And then maybe put something up here. Like that, just to give it a little bit more je ne sais quoi. And then we can, for example, I could just then do that, and then we can do something with that, and we can kind of snake the pipes around and get them used. And that means that this can be placed as it was intended. Excellent. So yeah, this is a kind of theme. We're going to have these pipes. They're going to run around. I'm going to get some cobwebs in. It's going to be hopeful, and with a bit of luck. I mean, I have got some corroded iron blocks, and I can't. That isn't something we can make. So I have to go and find those. So that'll be more. Oh, hello. Hang on. Let's get the fly off. We're going to need to go ruin diving if I need to chisel a lot more of these shapes. But you know, we've got quite a lot, so that should be interesting. And yeah. What else have we done? We've got a couple of shovels, and in here, in this pile of brown coal, sorry, basalt, there is a better crate which has got 797 brown coal in it, and you can access that through the little slot there. This black stuff, there's your black coal, sorry, charcoal, and there's black coal. Charcoal, black coal, black coal, charcoal. I've got a lot of charcoal, and charcoal is what we are going to be dealing with today. In the first instance, I think. So I am going to need to take, let's see, I would like my hammer and my splitter plugs. And we're going to start off I'm going to stow it off in the bulk storage and see how much sandstone I've got. In the way of, I think I've probably got a reasonable amount of mixed blocks, and I have a reasonable amount, but again, I prefer to have a lot. So we're going to start off over here, somewhere. Where are you? Hole in the ground. Here you go. And we're going to start off in this hole in the ground, which, yeah, I am definitely going to be using flight to exploit, because I want to make myself a whole load of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna suggest that we do this. I think that's how it went. Yeah, that's why they've got these strange shapes. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, lovely. So yeah, I'm going to be I should be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? 1, 2, 4 out by 1. Okay, that's fine. We can fix that. If I can learn to fly. Yeah, we can fix this. This is not a problem. Remember, there is no such thing as a problem, only a solution. Positive mental mantra of the day. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, we have a whole load of sandstone, and we are going to come. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably fill this bit in. I may put a little pond here, but over here is where I want to build a a charcoal kiln. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to be up there and then across like this. And I want a fairly big one. Now I have got a makeshift charcoal kiln. Oh, we've got a light temporal storm coming. Yay! Which we don't have to do that if we don't want to, which is, I love. That's such a nice feature. Like, oh no, don't feel like a temporal storm today. I'm going to sleep through it. Bit like having to get up for work, isn't it, when you don't want to? So we're going to bring this up like this. It's going to fill up to here, and from the point, the burning point, which will be in the middle here. Well, let's just kind of start with a. I'll bring them out one as well, I think. Maybe even 2. Not there. That's not right. Yeah, maybe even 2. And then we'll throw in a few other bits and pieces. I've got several different block types to make the walls up from, just so we can get a little bit of variety in the build here. About that, and then whack another one there. Bit of you going on like this, and then maybe like that. Then you're going to have to. I don't know, do I really need to worry about that? I don't know. Let's just pop that there. We'll pop one of those there. Come back for a little bit of the oldie stuff. So the way these work is you fill them with wood, and you know we know how charcoal kilns work. So you know that's going to be a relatively large. Probably going to need more of these bricks, but that's fine. We got plenty of resources. And the reason I want it out here is I want to have a little bit that's exposed, so you can see the actual particles of the thing. Oh, why? What? Have I gone even? Oh man, please tell me I didn't go even. I went even. Alright, we need to move this over 1. I can't have even. That's not happening. Like this, then we're going to take all of this out. Yeah. But at least then we'll be able to see the particles. That's the key piece of the equation here. That those are visible. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, like that. A bit there, and then we can continue just throwing in a few other bits, and then this is going to go. Let's see. It's going to be in the ballpark of, well, we need to work out where the fire pit's going to be, which is going to be probably about there. Or is it going to be here? It's going to be up here, isn't it, actually? We're going to need some like steps and things. Yeah, let's do it like that. Because that will be dirt, that will be dirt. We'll have the fire pit there. Yeah, that works. I think. Just throw a few bits and pieces in around the edge. That's not one. And then we'll just put stairs in. That work. That doesn't work though. Good damn it. Right. Boop, 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 and boop. And we'll tidy this up from the outside, but from the inside, from here we can go 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's, yeah, that will be right. So we're going to hollow this out. It's not as big as the one I've got at spawn, but as I say, that's just impromptu, and I'll show you it briefly because I've got an iron chest stashed full of wood over there that I'll need to bring over, and then we'll get this thing running as well. But the first thing we need to do is hollow this completely out and get it to a position where it's usable, which I'll do. I'll be back in a second. Alright, well, we're back at spawn. I just do need to... I actually need to run some andesite, don't I? Because I also need to okay. So we're going to run this stuff and make ourselves a whole load of gravel. I also want to make myself a whole load of sandstone sand, but for the andesite that I've got, because my andesite store back in the desert base is full, so, and I don't want to waste any of this stuff. So typically whenever I come online, one of the first things I do is just get myself a whole load of gravel and restock the sieve and, you know, empty and process what's come out so far. So while we're up at spawn, that's what we're going to do. But I also would like to get a whole load of sand out of this, because I want the sand to landscape the outside of the castle a bit around that thing. I've got some ideas for what I want to do up there, but let's just get this lot going first. I need about 300 and odd. 300 and odd mints to completely restock the sifter. And the sifter basically runs when anybody's online in the vicinity, and as this is spawn, it tends to run. Now everything's a little bit quieter at spawn now because we're all off doing our things, so it doesn't run as efficiently, but you know, it swings and roundabouts, you can't have it all. So yeah, a lot of this stuff going on. That should be around about it. First thing to do is process up the spoils of our labour. So a little bit of you, a little bit of you, a little bit of you. There's some more of that, some of those, and one of these, and then yep, that's fine. And then carry on. That. See my uranium, some of that. I know I had gold. I think we had some phosphate and that going. And then do these, which is that, and that lot, plus that, plus those. I am of the opinion now that I've got more than enough for the house. I don't need any more. These are going into here, and then we whack down our chesticle and we grab our 3 temporal gears and 9 gears and add those to our gears. And I've spent a lot of gears recently on the glass every time, so I do need to restock, and then it's just a matter of 2, 3, 4, 5, boop, and that goes in here. 1 stack will drain into the sifter, and then once that's gone I put the last stack in, and then we forget about it and just come back next time I'm here. It's fairly simple and fairly exploitable, I think. It is a really useful mod, but it is a little bit overpowered as well. I think it's going to be less powerful in a single player world, because obviously the world isn't loaded when everybody's online, it's only whenever you're online. So, you know, if it takes 3 in-game days to sift all of that stuff, on a server it doesn't take me 3 in-game days, it just takes as long as there's 3 in-game days where someone's in the vicinity and got the spawn area loaded. But obviously in single player it does need to be there and working. So slightly less OP, but on a server I think we can safely say that it is pretty overpowered. I don't think that's a particularly controversial position. Maybe it is, I don't know. Anyway, I need to just grab some sand. Now I know I work in and live in a desert and I could just dig the sand, but why bother when I can get 4 stacks just like that? Right, now the other thing we came up here for was the charcoal, my big iron chest, and oops. So yeah, I do need to carry on with breeding the aurochs up as well. But over here there is some charcoal, and down here, let me just slow myself down to sensible speed, is the entrance to a ruin that Grams had the map for, and we went and had a little bit of a run down there. You know, just not a huge amount to show. Obviously it's been well and truly looted, but in here, this was where I did my charcoal, and I'd fill this up and light it and forget about it and come back. And this is where I've got my stuff. I've got a whole load of other chopped firewood ready. And what I will do is I'll head off onto either the west or east teleporter, find myself a redwood forest and basically chop it down, because, you know, that's what it's for. And of course, doing it in away from areas that people are likely to build in. So what we need to do here is grab you and take you back down with us. But before we do that, I'm going to get the rest of the charcoal that I've stashed up here, because there is a reasonable amount. I've also got 20 litres of maple syrup that I actually need to do something with. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Might as well take those as well, although I'm not going to waste those on burning them. And then boop and boop those in as well. Now while I am here, I don't think there's still some actual honeycombs. Should I? I suppose I should. Boop, 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 boop. A bit of. I suppose we can leave the rest of that. That's kind of, you know, there's things about that I do need to relocate, but right now I'm not in any desperate rush, not least of which is that chest full of temporal gears, and that chest with more precious items in it. And then we'll convert this into our artist's studio. I'll probably bring this floor out further and we'll put a grid in, get rid of this beam, give us a nice big space for chiseling. So, let me let me grab this and grab that. Oh, I can't put it on my back. And then we're going to take this way all the way home. I'll see you in a moment. Alright, so here we are. We've got my big chest of stuff. I've also got me sand, which we're going to use to landscape. I'll just fill this bit in. I have made a basket that's going to go up here. What I would like to do, in fact, let's be good. Let's stick to my guns on that. Right, what do I want to eat next? Let's just have a thingy. Nom nom nom. How are you doing? 9%, 50, 49, 34. It's the only problem with drying in your inventory. It takes up too many spots. But like I've said before, my biggest issue with doing it any other way is all about the... Well, I suppose it's all about forgetting to do stuff. And we've got a punk online, huh? Who checked out the mine shaft yet? So what I would be tempted to do here is actually, let's go right, let's pop one of those there. Then we're going to go with one of those here. We'll have another solid block at the top. Quite like the scaffolding block because it's actually a climbable block, and we can jump up there and do that. Right, now the question is, no, I think we're just going to go, we are going to go with a solid block there, and then we'll borrow another one of these, or maybe do that one, doesn't really matter. They're only there really for storage, to give me two of those and one of those. I think. Nope. I think that's my walkway. It's crude. We'll roughen it up, I think, a wee bit. Now the idea is I do want to put this up here on the top, and that is going to have the dirt, which will use the medium fertility. We're going to want you and you, so we're going to stick you there with that. That's to light it. I'm going to stick the dirt in there. That's to make the entrance, and damn it, I didn't want to destroy. Grab a little bit of fire starter and also some firewood, and that should be everything we need up here to make this work as a functioning hoofer. And then we're going to grab you, we're going to stick you in, and we're going to go chop, and that will give me two of those, and then we're going to go chop, and that will give me two more of those, which I can't carry. I'll just put those away for a moment. Now the sensor, obviously I've got an angel belt so I can fly, but if you didn't have an angel belt, the sensible thing to do would have been to actually make a stair of planks, so you can just work your way out. Then come round to the back and just start filling it in. Once you've 64 will do 2 whole squares, so let's get this filled in, and I'll be back in a moment. Of course, I ran out of timber, so we've not gone on one of the teleporters for this one. We have come fairly close to home, actually, where we are going to get a whole load of redwood. Because these things are just OP as hell. You know, you get so much out of them, it's not even, and they explode everywhere. The angel belt in this instance is an absolute godsend, because you just end up having to go around hoovering up all of these blocks that are absolutely exploded. But it's because partially it's getting some of these as well. Now, I use the angel belt at the end of the thing, so I'll keep harvesting the trees that I am harvesting, and I don't bother with the seeds, to be honest, for the redwoods, because they are so plentiful. It just seems utterly pointless. You know, there's just so much to be had, and you know, now we move on to the next one and just carry on. So I'm going to grab a whole load of this, and I will see you back at the charcoal oven. Alright, we're back. I got almost a full iron chest, almost used up a full meteoric iron pick, axe even. I don't even care if that despawns now. So this is where I've got to, and obviously what I'm doing is I'm doing this in stacks at 64, does 2 blocks, previously stated. So we're getting the first layer in, and then we'll get the second layer in after the first. Obviously, I mean that's how counting things goes, isn't it? You know, 1 then 2. I'm actually considering, I don't know whether I'll have time to do this, and it's not something that I'll rephrase that, it's not something that I think I will record, but one of the things that I would love for this game, and you know, if anybody knows of this and they're kind of going to go, oh, it already exists, please tell me, because my plan is to actually go and basically write a mod of my own, because apparently Vintage Story is supposed to be designed for and is easy to mod. That's my understanding. It has modding built into its core, if you like. And one thing I would love in this game is the ability to call up an alphabetical or sortable list of waypoints that I can control. I mean, I would settle for alphabetical or sortable, being able to sort them by useful things like, I don't know, let's say type of waypoint. So show me all, you know, go in there and give me all of the ruin icons and show me all of those, and sort them alphabetically or sort them in by distance from where I am right now. That kind of stuff. That would be invaluable, because I have got so many waypoints. I think I'm not even sure how many. I mean, you know, you can see there's 325, 300, 200, you know, there's just so much on here. And just being able to access that in a meaningful fashion would be awesome. So I may, and I'm gonna. This is very much a a clarified statement, because I am not. I have not been a programmer for many years. I on paper, I can program in a lot of languages. Unfortunately, they are dead languages, because COBOL and BASIC, those things that we learnt at college, and when I did my computer science A levels and my BTEC, and then later on my computer science degrees. I mean, on paper I can program artificial intelligence, but I haven't done it in a long time. And the tools that we used back when I did my AI dissertation was somewhat more limited than what we have now, shall we say. So, whilst I can program, I can't program in anything that's actually contemporary, and even the things that it's actually beneficial to be able to program in old languages. If you can program in COBOL, you can write your own paycheck at the moment, or certainly the last time I looked at the programming market, that I can and have programmed in COBOL. But it was like 35 years ago, and I haven't done any kind of programming in COBOL in anger in 35 years. I remember absolute basics. I remember that it was you had to declare your divisions, and there was all sorts of weird little peculiarities, but no, I don't think I could actually program in COBOL in anger, or professionally anyway, now. So a lot of the languages that I can program in are just obsolete. And as I say, even if they aren't obsolete, I just haven't done it for so long. It would be pointless saying I can program. So, like I say, on paper I can program in a lot of languages, but none of them are actually useful. So I've got to learn how to code again in whatever language Vintage Stories in, which I'm going to guess is something like it's going to be Python or something, some modern. I don't even know what language it's written in. That's how behind I am. And then I'd have to sit there and try and work out how to do it. And in theory, I'd have to do that whilst at the same time not having a great deal of free time, because my work is, busy. So but if that exists, please tell me. If you are a modder and you fancy making it exist to save me the headache of being a modder and learning how to mod this game, that would be great. Just anything that actually allows me to use the waypoints better. Right, I'm going to get this finished, and then we're going to do a little bit of decorative work around whilst this is cooking. We'll do some decorative stuff, because I'm conscious of time and I can waffle on. Back in a mo. Alright, so I've thrown a path down. I put some cactuses. I'm going to see how that bamboo spreads, and I've landscaped this to make it more sandy and deserty and less rocky under here. I would like to get some, I think it's Saguaro cactus off the top of my head, but so I'm going to have a look at how to get that, and I'd like to get more of these, so I'm going to have to head out to a desert at some point. So I've chiselled the stairs. These are all nice and sorted, so we are in a position to do that. And say 1, 2, 3, 4, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll take, and I don't think I need to do a block there, but I'm going to just for aesthetic purposes. We're going to light you, and it's recognised that it is a charcoal pit, so, and we can see that going. So that is looking pretty good. Now, I was intending this episode to also try and work on some land, some buildings over here. I don't know how much space I will need, and I don't think I'll have time this episode. But what I want to build out there is my lumber yard, because I want a bulk storage area for lumber that is in keeping with the build here. So what we do need to do is, I mean, we've got a lot of logs. So, but what I actually need to work out is how many different logs are there. Bearing in mind, you know, some of this is not going to be things. So I'm not going to worry about a green spire, for example. I'm not going to worry about a debarked aged log. I may try and, if we go past the debarked logs, so, you know, there's going to be an aged, so we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. So I effectively need racking for 13 logs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chisel some racking. We're going to have the logs in there, and again we're going to do like we did up here. We are going to hide some bulk storage, aka one of these things, in the logs themselves. So it'll look like a big lumber yard. Lots of things. We'll mock up a big sawmill with a chisel. That should be. Yeah, that was very an earlier thing. That should be reasonably straightforward, but I think that is probably going to do us for this episode. Next episode, I think we're going to start on the lumber yard. We're probably going to have to backfill a whole load of these in. I'm going to have to take this flat over here because we're going to need 5 blocks per rack, and I'm probably going to do 2 blocks things. We said there was 13, so that means I need 7 racks basically. And that gives me something for aged as well, doesn't it, I suppose. And I also do need to continue on getting this road in. That's a thing that is necessary. But on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.